Good day, everyone, and welcome to another board game review episode of Good Luck High Five. Today we're taking a look at Legendary Marvel Studios Phase 1. For the 10th anniversary of the Marvel MCU, Upper Deck is celebrating with a legendary game featuring all of our favorite characters. You'll notice the box says Phase 1, and that ties into the MCU's Phase 1, meaning we're only seeing the early movie characters here. This includes folks like the Big Green Rage Monster, American Exceptionalism, Toxic Masculinity, Token Female, Token One-Eyed Man, Guy Who Has Two Really Good Eyes, and MC Hammer. Let's see who the Avengers are squaring off against by opening the box. All right, we open up the box of this Legendary Marvel Studios MCU edition. The first thing I'm loving about this game is the included neoprene playmat featuring a Photoshop frame from the first Avengers movie. Now, Marvel MCU is my first of the Legendary deck building games, but Upper Deck also sent me the Buffy Legendary game for comparison. Both of them have these really great playmats, and I'm happy to give Upper Deck props for including these. They are wonderful additions to their games. Keeping the love train rolling, Hawkeye astute fans will notice that inside the box is not only a channel long enough to accommodate any expansions, which I'll get to in a second, but also that this channel is wide enough to include sleeving all the cards. I'm pausing here long enough to make sure everyone knows just how serious I am when I say that as someone who regularly sleeves their games that I expect to make multiple appearances at my gaming table, this is a huge draw for me. Upper Deck also includes foam dividers that serve to keep these cards in place while awaiting their expected expansions for phases 2, 3, and hopefully even more than that. Villains we are going to be seeing in this phase 1 are, we have Loki, Ironmonger, and Red Skull. Ironmonger, also known as Obadiah Stane. I just really like saying Obadiah Stane. Each mastermind has their own villain group, replete with other henchmen, schemes, and masterminds, and bystanders as well, which provide points and special abilities if you can rescue them. I'm going to set this game up for a quick overview with just a snap of my fingers. For the half of you still watching, this is how a game of Legendary MCU looks at the very beginning. Players familiar with how Legendary games work are going to be right at home here. Those of you who aren't, let me explain. No. There is too much. Let me sum up. Legendary games are deck builders. In the storied tradition of Dominion or Star Realms, you're going to start in this game with 12 pretty bad cards in your deck, and using those will slowly start to add Avengers and Shield buddies into it, making it ever better. On your turn, you'll play out your entire hand of 6 cards, gaining recruit points and attack, or bucks and scratches. You'll use the bucks to buy the good stuff and the scratches to hurt the bad guys. In this game, we're fighting against the Red Skull, who takes 7 scratches to remove 1 of his 4 tactics cards. If we remove all 4 of his tactic cards from underneath him, we win. If he gets all 7 of his scheme twist cards out before that happens, we lose. Now, the Mastermind deck is built depending on the number of players, and you'll add the villain's chosen henchmen, in this case the Hydra units, along with other groups and some bystanders to that deck. The heroes here are chosen as well, and their deck is here. 5 cards are dealt out to form the stock you can buy from. If you have enough bucks to buy this Thor card, you can add it to your discard pile, and then a new card will take its place. If you like deck building games, this is a decent addition to your collection. After having played it, I enjoyed it but didn't adore it to the point where I felt like I had to play it all the time. However, as I mentioned before, Upper Deck also sent me the Buffy Legendary game for comparison, and as a huge fan of the Slayer, I adored that game. So I'll put it to you this way. If you're a deck builder fan and you're of the persuasion of people who can't get enough of the MCU and go see all the movies, know the comics and all of that, you're going to want to nab this one and a mess of shawarma to go with it. Legendary Marvel Studios makes a few promises here. As you can tell from the outside of the box, not only are Black Panther, Star-Lord, and Rocket Raccoon on their way, they're already planning on expansions. This is huge because after playing a few games of this, I'm already ready for more. I want to have Doctor Strange and Spider-Man take on Ito. I want to play the Nature Channel turned up to 11 and get the Ant-Man and the Wasp to fight the Vulture. The modular nature of building the villain deck also hints at more to come, as does the empty space in the box I mentioned earlier. Depending on the price of those expansions, I think this could be a killer set to have once it's done, especially given the fact that all of the in-game art is film stills. At $50 for this box, I think it's a little overpriced for what's here, but if I can get an expansion or 2 or 3 for 20 bucks each, I think that's right. The tension of flipping over a villain card every round is delicious, as you have baddies pushing themselves ever further towards escaping off the board. You feel like time is of the essence. I'm a little bummed that the huge majority of the bystanders are damsels in distress. Jane Foster and Pepper Potts have comic pedigree of being able to hold their own in the world, and while I understand that in Phase 1 of the MCU they're not given much to do, that doesn't really mean that we couldn't have had a little bit better of representation, at least in the bystander deck. The generic ones are all the same attractive blonde girl. Overall, though, Marvel Legendary delivers on a very good table experience, and while setup and cleanup are annoying, the actual playing of the game feels great. If you're a die-hard MCU fan, this is a must-grab. If you're on the fence, find the Marvel fan in your group and whisper in their ear about it. Once they see the screen caps on the cards and realize they can play out non-canonical Avenger fights, they'll buy it, and you can play with them. As always, I'm Nicholas with Good Luck High Five, and remember, please protect the game population, sleeve your cards. Hey everyone, if you enjoyed that video, please hit that sub button and check out all of our other offerings at goodluckhighfive.com. And please consider becoming a patron of the channel at patreon.com/GLHFmagic and help us keep making reviews, videos, and podcasts for as little as $5 a month. We're also always looking for new games to review, so if you make games or you know a company who does and wants to have their game reviewed on Good Luck High Five, please reach out to us at glhf@goodluckhighfive.com and we'd be happy to take a look. You can follow me, Captain N the Game Master, on Twitter and Instagram at CaptainNGM, and follow the channel at GLHF Magic. Remember, please shop at your local game store whenever possible. Until next time, I'm Nicholas, and good luck, high five.